What's up, everyone? Welcome to Benched. We are the Tovar Brothers. Monday, September 25th, 2023, episode number 31. What you got?
Priest Holmes. Immediately came to my head.
It's the first one that comes to your head?
Right? Priest Holmes.
Nope. Mike Piazza.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. It's not even full. Yeah, Piazza.
Yep.
Hall of Fame Met, actually.
Paisano himself.
Yep.
He hates the Dodgers now.
Yeah, but that's whatever.
Speaking of which, shout out to the Dodgers winning the NL West, heading into the playoffs.
Related. Justin Simmons, but we'll talk Broncos later. 31.
Yeah. Damian Pierce.
Raheem Mostert.
Raheem Mostert.
Mm-hmm.
He had quite the day.
Quite the eventful day for Raheem Mostert.
Week 3 is not quite over yet. We got a doubleheader tomorrow night. Monday Night Football. Should be a fun one. But Sunday was fun.
A few storylines to talk about. Just a few.
Just a couple of things happened in the league. It was a crazy week.
Some records.
It was a crazy week. Yeah, the Dolphins are just breaking all sorts of records.
Playing Madden.
Taylor Swift's in the suite with the Kelsey mom.
Every time something happens, they need a camera fixed on Taylor Swift every home game.
It's Taylor Swift. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
All sorts of things happening. A couple of injuries. A couple teams that are truly panicking, and a couple teams that are truly surprising the world. We're really excited to get into week 3 of the NFL season. And before we do it, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, all those different things. And if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, go ahead and share it with a friend. Leave a review. Those are always nice.
Thank you, please. Thank you in advance. Yes.
Follow the show Between the Show on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Search at Bench Show to follow, get reaction to everything going on during the week, because the NFL is a 7 days a week content machine.
Literally, especially right now. We're in the heat of it.
Yeah, so make sure you follow all those platforms. A lot of different things going up on different platforms, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, week 3 was
eventful,
wild,
dramatic.
Yeah, so wild. I mean, starting with Thursday night's game, which was
just cool.
This weekend ended up being historic, ended up being very sad for a couple franchises.
Sad is the correct word for some franchises.
Yeah, really wild. Namely, I'm thinking Bears, I'm thinking Broncos, I'm thinking Vikings.
Commanders got smoked out.
Commanders.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, before we get to any of that, let's get our weekly Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce update.
Okay. All right.
So last time we touched on this last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Just rumors. No pictures, no
just
videos.
Some tweets from unconfirmed sources.
Just something that we all kind of thought in the back of our mind. That'd be fun.
Then
right?
he went on Pat McAfee and kind of teased it a little more.
Yeah, but didn't lead on to any kind of relationship.
Didn't say like, oh, we're dating for sure.
He said, yeah, I went and saw you. Come see me. Just kind of nothing like
shooting your shot.
As if you don't really know this person yet.
Yeah.
Then
there was a tweet. She's in the building.
Yeah. Chiefs Bears starts, and Taylor Swift is in the suite. Next to, is it Donna?
Next to Mama Kelsey. I don't know
her
first
Donna?
name. I don't want to be disrespectful here.
Yeah, we can't mess that up. Can you find that for me real
Mama
quick?
Kelsey. Let me see.
Next to Mrs. Kelsey, obviously famous in her own right. And
she's on every commercial that the boys are on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I wasn't being sarcastic. She is now in the media train. But, so she's up there in the suite, and honestly, the Bears are probably thankful, because as they're getting smacked on the field, at least Taylor Swift's taking away some of the shine off.
It is Donna.
It is Donna. Yeah, Donna Kelsey. And I'm not sure Donna appreciated when Taylor just screamed in her ear, "Let's fucking go."
It's like, sweetie, I am 62 years old.
I'm not sure that's how Donna speaks.
What? Taylor was very excited.
Then after the game, of course, someone caught a video.
Them walking out,
not hand in hand, but next to each other, very close.
And then pictures were taken of them driving off.
Yep.
What's it called?
So they're obviously in a relationship.
Yeah, like an old car, top down, driving off into the sunset.
You don't like it. You think this is staged.
It looks like there was so many perfect pictures today.
You think it's a PR machine?
Yeah, it's a PR move. Like, look how big it got. It was all over social media. Or they could be in love. Who knows?
I mean, come on. There's a middle ground to that.
Yeah.
They could begin to know each other.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But either way, it's fun for the NFL. I mean, like, you saw that Taylor Swift fans flock to the NFL today.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird mix.
Yeah, like
it's kind of a weird mix because you have
this is the first time we had a family party, and the weird like the uncles,
really interested how you're gonna say this.
Yeah, we're like the uncles and the cousins are watching football.
Yeah,
and the girls actually come to watch the game. Like, why are you watching it?
Why can't girls be watching football?
Well, whatever, because they don't watch football.
Or aren't the guys listening to Taylor Swift?
I didn't say that they weren't.
Jeez.
Trying to put words in my mouth.
That's at Michael A. Tovar on Instagram.
It's not my thing, but yeah, sure.
I want to speak to him about
that
sexism.
No, it's just this is truly uniting families.
Yeah.
All realms.
Yeah, people's worlds just colliding here. And it's fun. We'll see where it goes, and we'll keep you updated.
Because the NFL updated us all day.
They loved it. Twitter was going crazy for this.
Because after every play, they would pan over to Taylor Swift.
I mean, that's where we wanted to see. Let's be honest. We wanted to see what's going on up there. Yeah. And she seemed into it. You had an issue with her cheering.
Just a little over the top.
God, you are a picky SOB.
No, it's like, sweetie, they were going to beat the Bears all the time.
God. You're looking for a reason to end this relationship.
To be honest, never mind. I don't want to say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm happy for the both of them. I hope they both find happiness and are successful in all their endeavors. Let's say that.
Let's move on before you piss off the entire Swiftie nation.
I'm not. I am. I like her music.
Let's get to the news. As usual, the news is brought to you by 818 Brewing, located in Canoga Park at 8953. Stop by, and hopefully we can see you there. Let's get into the news. More extra football, but in the football world, news came out this week, and I want to get into this a little bit. Apple Music announced for the Super Bowl halftime show this year. Usher.
These are my confessions.
Yeah. Is that the first song that comes to mind for you?
Watch this. What?
Is that the first song that comes to mind to you? I feel like everyone, that's
instantly
Confessions right away.
Confessions.
Man, You Remind Me is just.
You remind me.
I mean,
Let It Burn. He's got some bangers in there.
Yeah. So I wasn't super excited. You're excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Everyone knows Usher, and it's gonna be fun.
But it feels. I mean, how old is Usher?
I'll look that up real quick.
Yeah, you look it up. I mean, it just feels like. I mean, I guess we did get Dre and Snoop and Mary J. Blige. Yuck.
He's only 44.
He's 44. When's the last time he put out like an album that anyone cared about?
He puts out albums. I mean, I think he'll just play his hits, which is what everyone wants to hear.
Yeah, that's the only way he wins this. Go there, play your hits. He's gonna dance because it's Usher.
Yeah. Some dance breaks.
But we just want to treat it like a sing along, and then that's how you win.
I'll tell you what, every guy and girl's gonna know all the songs.
Here's why I don't like the Usher pick, because it's not Usher's moment. I like when the Super Bowl is the singer's moment.
Actually, you floated out an idea which would have been wild if the Chiefs were to make it to the Super Bowl.
God.
And they were still Kelsey Travis was still dating Taylor Swift, and then she performs at halftime.
Oh,
that's like a movie.
I don't know what the Illuminati or the scriptwriters in the NFL are doing, but you missed it on that one. That would have been the ticket.
No, but I think
I would have watched that Taylor Swift.
I think he'll be good.
He'll be fine. Just not very excited about it. I'm guessing he's gonna have just a ton of dancers and pyrotechnics and obviously.
I mean, you
singing the hits.
You remember the Weeknd's version, right? He'll be he'll be better than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'll have songs like, oh, I love this song.
Yeah, just sing the classics, sing the hits, treat it like a sing along.
7 o'clock.
And it's fine. It's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be like great.
It's gonna be fun.
We sang along with Usher. Awesome. Let's get someone or just get someone who's more relevant to today's.
Who would you have wanted besides Taylor Swift?
We talked about it. I mean,
just off the top of your head, like who would you have wanted? Like it doesn't matter anymore.
Taylor Swift. I think a Chris Stapleton concert would be sick. It's in Vegas. Adele's in Vegas. Why not Adele? Obviously, Bruno's Mars is one of my favorite artists. Mm-hmm. I don't think he would do it, but although something different that he could have done is Silk Sonic.
Yeah,
that would have been cool and different.
That album's about a year and a half old now. It's once again in the moment.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You can't get on Bruno for having a year and a half out. Usher's literally 20-year-old songs he's gonna be singing.
No, but I'm saying like the moment is it. But yeah,
That'd be much more his moment than Usher's.
I love Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, so that'd be great. Yeah.
Anderson .Paak would have been interesting.
Yeah, Paak would be interesting.
Just the whole band out there.
Yeah, him on the drums a little bit.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah. I don't know. I thought there could some other good options, but I think Usher's safe.
It was never done one. Chris Brown.
Well,
you know, as I said it, I knew it was.
He swung his way out of that one.
Yeah.
You know who has done it? Rihanna.
Funny how that works. Actually, Jay-Z's in. You know what? I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Yeah, Chris Brown. Although, I mean, let's just talk a little music for a second here. There was a moment there when Chris Brown was
the ish.
Yeah, he would have.
I was in.
Right, he would have been basically Justin Timberlake.
Well, Bieber's never done it either.
Yeah,
Bieber would be cool. Everyone knows Bieber.
Although Bieber doesn't really dance.
He tries to dance. He has dance segments where he dances.
Yeah, but he's not putting on a 15-minute.
Well, that's probably where you do like a big, show. Yeah. Have like 80 dancers around you, so you can kind of get lost in the.
Did you like the era of the tag teaming where they had multiple artists there,
like Shakira and J-Lo?
Yeah,
and then
you had Beyonce and Bruno
and what's his name?
Chris Martin.
Yeah,
weird.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I think the fit's got it. I think that one was a weird fit. I think the Shakira J-Lo was fine because of Miami.
That was a fun one. And I'm not particularly into either of their music. It was just, it was lively.
It was visually pleasing as well.
Yeah, they're beautiful women. They're both older too, so it drew from
who would have
been ranges.
You know who would have gotten ratings, but we would have hated?
Who?
Because we don't speak Spanish?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny would have.
Yeah, Bad Bunny would have been really good.
Yeah, but no one speaks Spanish.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much you could have done.
But either way, I'm still pumped. I want him to sing his hits. Just sing the hits, man. Don't sing new stuff. Just sing the hits. You know what we want to hear.
Literally name one song of his that he's released in the last. I'm interested to see how, because his when he sat down and did the Tiny Desk, it was just a giant meme. It was just people just kind of laughed at it.
He did the watch this thing.
Yeah.
But anyways,
yeah. So Usher's there, and it is what it is. But I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Moving on here, get at some actual football news. So there's a couple of things here that we're gonna talk about the bigger picture later. So we don't want to get too into it. I just want to kind of mention it. J.C. Jackson, the cornerback of the L.A. Chargers, was a healthy scratch.
This hasn't worked out since they signed him.
Signed a 5-year, $82 million deal with them last season.
And last year he was a healthy scratch before he got hurt.
They just massively missed on this. I mean. So I remember the Eagles missed on Nnamdi Asomugha back in the day.
Everyone misses at some point.
This is just, I guess, one of those. And he was a stud for the Patriots for a while.
He was my favorite man-to-man corner for a while. He was I wanted the Broncos to get him for a long time before he got Surtain.
It sucks, too, because they could really use him. They could really use
shutdown corner for that kind of, But maybe that Belichick, whenever his guys leave, they don't tend to get better normally.
Right.
So.
Okay, so this is news, but we're definitely going to talk about this later. It has to do with the Jets, Zach Wilson, all that stuff.
Talk about this later.
Carson Wentz reached out to them, and Matt Ryan reached out to them, and they were both turned away and said, nope, we're good. Zach Wilson's our guy. And so we'll see how that went a little later when we talk about them.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts about this whole thing.
But just to put it out there, I love Carson Wentz there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that right now, I guess, because we'll talk about that
That's
later.
your take. You've been consistent about that. So
yeah, I think Carson Wentz there, yes, he'll make mistakes. Yes, he's a crazy wild horse. He is a very poor man's Josh Allen. But he'll give those receivers a shot.
Save this energy for when we talk about I want to hear this whole thing.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay, let's move off the news. Of course, that's brought to you 818 Brewing. Thanks so much over there. We gotta go over there soon.
By the way, real quick, news-wise, still waiting on an update on Mike Williams. Heard his knee today in that high octane offense. This has been his biggest thing about his career. His talent is obvious. Just injuries. You just hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Yeah, Mike Williams went down there and looked pretty ugly. They drafted his replacement, so that's kind of interesting.
But it sucks for him, though.
It does suck for him.
Yeah, he was having a pretty good season, too.
Yeah.
Good game today, too, as well.
Yeah, he was tearing it up.
Yeah, he was tearing up. And then
he went down. I'm not sure if there's any other big injuries. Was there?
Well, there's the update on Nick Chubb.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Where it was just...
She said that one, yeah.
Where he didn't tear his ACL or his meniscus. It was just his MCL, and he broke a bone off. The leg got snapped. But, good news. It's not as bad as it could have been. It looked like his knee is done.
I think that's the best news in that, in
that scenario,
he can come back.
Yeah, his timeline now is 6 to 8 months.
Right. He can really come back, and we could because the scary thing is you think, okay, is that the last time I ever see that version of Nick Chubb again?
But maybe not.
Torn MCL is something you come back from.
And a broken leg is something you can come back from too.
Yeah.
So happy for Nick Chubb, one of the people's favorites. He's a great running back, great guy.
Yeah, I think the Browns found out today that not quite replaceable.
Yeah, not quite.
Some might have thought
plug and play. Yeah.
The other injury I wanted to get into is Derek Carr. Derek Carr was taken out of the game. He has an AC joint, I think, sprain.
Yeah,
that should keep him out a while.
Yeah.
Saints, who we all picked to win the division, don't look so good anymore.
I mean, Jameis came in there and was just.
It's Jameis.
He's Jameis. He's wild horsey. So you get what you get, but
you get some sick pregame speeches though.
I want the Jets to go out and look what they did. Oh, their starter went down. They have a capable backup. That's what you do with teams.
Right.
This is different storyline.
Jets.
No, Dolphins. They were up by big. They had a backup who came in who was still dealing. Mike White
used to be on the Jets.
Yeah, so it pays to be prepared at quarterback.
Yep.
So pay for it.
I mean, you don't tell me, Eagles fan, we were prepared. We won a Super Bowl.
That's what you gotta do.
We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna get into our. It was new last week, but this now it's just part of the rotation, baby, and we love it.
We love
a segment we call "Ball Don't Lie," where we look at what's happening on the field, what's happening with the numbers, what are we seeing on the football field.
We tell you how it is.
We tell you how it is.
Let's do it.
We'll get to that next. Okay, we are back with our new segment called Ball Don't Lie.
Ball Don't Lie.
Where we just tell it like it is. And it's week 3, so things are starting to be how they really are.
There's no more of this, week 1. No, this is how it is now.
Yep. Let's get into it. Ball Don't Lie.
Ball don't lie. That ball don't lie.
That ball don't lie.
That ball don't lie.
That is Rasheed Wallace, if you're wondering.
Shout out to Rasheed Wallace.
And Kevin Garnett.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so Ball Don't Lie. We did a lot of them last week, and it feels like we're looking at a new league, but we're starting to really see how these things are developing.
We're seeing the big picture now.
Yep.
Like who's real, who's not, which player is real. It's starting to really pan out here.
So why don't you start us off?
This is a tough one. Ball Don't Lie. The Broncos have just entered the Caleb Williams sweepstakes.
Why you're starting there?
Look, I'm a Bronco fan. Okay, and I watched my Broncos lose the Super Bowl by a lot.
Painful.
This was as painful as that. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. It's not. This is a high school score. 70 points. 70.
Mm-hmm.
They nearly broke the record held since 1950 for most points allowed in one game. 70 points.
Their own mercy.
They couldn't stop anything. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. They couldn't stop anything on defense. They literally couldn't do anything right. Yeah. As a Bronco fan, we got Russell Wilson thinking, we finally got a quarterback. We've been playing around with these other quarterbacks for a long time, trying to find one. We got a guy. We signed him. Let's do it. Year 1, you're like, okay, well, bad head coach. Okay, whatever. Bad head coach. Now it's like, Russell, you got to start winning. Like, we paid you enough. We traded for a lot for you, and you're giving us nothing. This is why we are now in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Now we're like, we should just tank. We should just tank and get Caleb Williams. We're 0-3. Cardinals just won today, or Sunday. So we're competing with the Bears right now. Who are all let's think long term here. If Russ isn't our guy, let's decide right now. Do it right now and just say we're gonna tank.
Okay, so 3 games in.
Yes.
You're calling for a full-on tank.
I'm calling. Yeah.
Okay, does that involve playing Russell or benching him? Because I'm not sure which one makes you better.
I think you just play him, so at least at the end of the season, we could trade him. Maybe we can get something back for him to a team that's desperate for a quarterback. Or
I brought this up and you shot it down pretty quickly. I think if you want to do that, let's get in for Caleb Williams or Drake May, whoever you like better, or Shedeur Sanders. Oh,
well, he's not declared yet, but yeah, maybe,
could.
Yeah.
Why not call up the Jets? Call up the Jets and listen. We got Russ. You need a quarterback. You have Zach Wilson.
Here.
Sometimes the offense moves backwards. I mean, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to connect Russell Wilson with Nathaniel Hackett again.
Why? They didn't have beef.
Because they weren't good. That's why. But to your point, anything's better than what the Jets are getting right now. So if they can work it out money wise, I'd be happy. But I'm not sure if it. But yeah, it's a good theory.
Yeah, this Broncos team has a lot of issues besides Russ. Russ is going to take the hit. He was just unspectacular today. He wasn't Zach Wilson bad.
But he's just unspectacular.
He's just unspectacular. He's not going to be ever the reason you're winning games anymore. Those days are gone.
No.
They lose 70-20 today. Let's kind of get into this game just a little bit, I guess. Javonte Williams, they're still easing him in, as they should. This offense is just not sure what the plan is when Sean Payton's putting together a drive. It's kind of a little bit like the Browns.
So it's
There's not a lot of rhythm to it.
Trying to find what we are still, but we don't really use our guys the right. They're hurt, off of Tim Patrick, Greg Dulcich, but still, like, you have your starting running back, starting quarterback, starting two wideouts. You should be able to have a damn rhythm by now.
Yeah. Something I think that is costing them any kind of success this year is how they whiffed this offseason on the offensive line. Spent a lot of money on it, and they aren't able to run the ball very effectively.
Yeah.
Which was the plan. But Sean Payton spoke about, we're going to put Russell Wilson back in the positions that he succeeds.
Yeah.
That's off play action. That's off a strong running game. And that's off making the safeties creep up into the box and having Russell Wilson do what he does best, throw that deep ball.
Yeah, I think these guys are just about passable.
Right.
Which is not what you paid them to be.
Exactly.
You didn't pay them passable. Like,
They paid a lot of money.
They're a decent O-line. Like, the Bengals would like this O-line because it's decent. But it's not, you pay these guys, we need you to be an elite unit to help Russ here.
So here's why I don't think Sean Payton's going to pull Russ. Because I think if he pulls Russ anytime soon, and he still is bad for the rest of the season, the spotlight is no longer on Russell Wilson, and it starts to be on him. I think you leave Russ out there, and Russ is your scapegoat.
We're not winning with Russ anyway, so it still works out. Yeah,
right. But I mean, look, I don't hate the take.
Ball don't lie. If the Broncos should be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, we should enter it right now.
Yeah.
Decide. Okay, let's see who we can trade. Let's see what veterans we can. Another thing. Why don't we use Jerry Jeudy at all?
Yeah,
we don't. Sorry, go ahead.
That's what I'm kind of. That's what I'm kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Is that this offense is almost like a letting Russ cook offense. Like you're not funneling targets to a certain guy. If it's me, Jerry Jeudy's in at least a third of the first 15 scripted plays.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, P-Ron needs to get more run because you need a running game.
Yes.
You need to stick to the run. Like you cannot let Russ drop back 38 times. I understand they're behind a lot of the time, but you just need to stick what you're going to be, what you have a better chance of being good at. I'm not going to say they're good at that either, but this letting Russ drop back and let him read the field, it's not working.
No, you have to readjust. Obviously, they're having some tough conversations over there right now.
Right.
I don't see how. You watched the film, right? If you watched, it's 70. You watched the film. You know it's gonna be terrible.
Yep.
But it's just disappointing, and it's awful as a Bronco fan to see it. Second year of just hype going down the crapper because nothing happens. Nothing's happened. We just gave up 70 points.
Yeah, let's get the flip side now. Okay, so that's the Broncos side, and I think this was just a perfect storm where you caught one team spiraling out of control and the other team just taking off. And let's look at the Dolphins side now because ball don't lie. We were all wrong about Tua Tagovailoa. I learned his name because I need to respect that man. Tua Tagovailoa, he is the MVP favorite at this point. Dolphins are 3-0. They won, like we said, 70-20. They beat the Broncos. That is the most points in an NFL game since 1966. They did a historic thing, and they had an opportunity to break that record late in the game, and Mike McDaniel said, let him up.
Whatever.
Let the boy walk.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike, for not making it 77.
Yeah, listen to these numbers. 726 total yards. 726 total yards. Scored 10 touchdowns.
That's unheard of.
He scored 10 touchdowns in this game, 376 yards passing, 350 yards rushing. They just went off. Tua is the maestro of it all. He is there. He's making the deep throws. They didn't have Jalen Waddle today.
Which is crazy. They weren't fully healthy.
They didn't have Jalen Waddle. God, this team is playing so well. Obviously, they just dropped 70.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel and Tua, that marriage is just growing and getting better every time we see it.
It's better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
You thought game manager and head coach, but it's better.
The plays are fresh. They're in rhythm. They make sense. He's not only scheming guys open, he's scheming guys open who don't need to be schemed open.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill doesn't need any more advantages. He's already going to be able to get open against anyone.
There's so much movement pre-snap and movement that it's just hard to gauge who's going where. And everyone on this team is fast.
Yeah.
Everyone's team can run as like 4-4 or 4-4 or under. So whenever they do these motions of quick outs, so it's just explosive. You just love to see this kind of offense. It's literally like playing Madden.
Yeah, the Dolphins are the best team in the AFC. They're the best team in the league right now. They're the best team in the league, absolutely. This offense, we've seen them win a couple different ways in 3 games. You know, they just dropped 70. They're in a straight-out slugfest, I believe, with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I just think this team is only going to get better once they get healthy. They're not even healthy yet. They get Waddle back. They get Ramsey back. And look out. The only thing, I guess, that would concern me if I was a Dolphins fan is that sometimes when you get hot this quickly, the NFL is a long season. And are you going to be playing this well going into the playoffs?
Yeah.
Because that's what really matters. But that's my first one. We were all wrong on Tua. And he's the MVP favorite, and the Dolphins are the best team in the NFL.
I mean, the Chiefs also won by a lot, and they look fantastic. So I wouldn't agree with you there. But, I mean, what they're doing is awesome, historic even now, obviously. This team is great. Tua, sorry, man. I was not aware you had this game. I was unaware of your game.
Mad game. I mean, if Kelsey can get Taylor Swift, Tua's probably married, huh? Sorry.
I have
sorry,
zero
Mrs.
idea.
Tua.
I have zero idea if he's married or not.
Sorry, Mrs. Tua. Just wishful thinking. Through 3 games, he has a 71% completion percentage, which is awesome. Has broken 1,000 yards already. On pace for what?
6,000.
6,000 yards. 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 121.9 rating.
That's really good.
That's called the best in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Him and McCaffrey are our guys for MVP. That is well documented. But, yeah, we were wrong on Tua. You got another one?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'll do a positive one.
Yes.
Ball don't lie. We all owe an apology to Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon.
I'm not with you on this one, but go ahead.
Those boys play hard, and they just beat one of the best teams in the NFC. Every game, they've lost by 4 points or less, and they just beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Look, I'm not saying we laughed at him. This team plays hard. As a Broncos fan, and after watching the Bears, you would love to see that kind of effort from these teams, from the Broncos and Bears. This team plays hard.
Yeah.
We made fun of. Yeah, maybe he's a little goofy, but those boys. I'm just impressed by how the effort they give for a team that's obviously tanking. They're in every game. They had to come back for the Giants, but they were in that game. We thought they were just get blown out every single game, back to back to back. No Kyler Murray. Josh Dobbs came in as a preseason trade as the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
We owe Jonathan Gannon an apology. Hey, we're sorry we judged you so fast. You might be a pretty good. You know who's the Eagles coordinators are good coaches.
Yeah, I mean, they're the Super Bowl.
The Colts just beat the Ravens.
Yep.
So, ball don't lie. Jonathan Gannon might be a pretty good head coach.
I'm not ready to go there yet. They're what, 1-2?
But no, I'm saying like
They've lost well.
we've underrated them. So we thought they were being 0-17. They might not be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm with you there. I think those interviews aren't going to age well. I don't care how many games he wins, and that's why everyone's making fun of him. I mean, those were so bad. I remember Rondell Moore.
But
You see, vroom,
no, but
you're fast.
But yeah, that happened. But they still play hard for him, and they still can beat. They were in every game. It's not like they got blown out by 50.
So they're losing better than we thought they would lose.
They won a game. We thought they were going to win a game.
Yeah,
I think
the Cowboys, who we all knew were going to wet the bed. You called that.
I'm just saying they're not going to be the worst team in the league. Like they play too hard to be the worst team. I've seen the Broncos play and the Bears play. They're not going to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I mean that might be true.
Yeah,
that might be true. Yeah, I mean Jonathan Gannon, that's your boy. maybe
not my boy. I'm just saying he's proving that he might be a pretty good coach. It's still early in his career, so we don't know. But as of right now, those guys play hard for him. That's all you want as a bat. Just play hard.
Yeah. Jonathan Gann. I don't really have much to say about Jonathan Gann.
Okay.
Eagles fan. I think he's a piece of crap. Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ball don't lie. C.J. Stroud and the Texans can win the AFC South. Ball don't lie. C.J. Stroud and the Texans can win this AFC South. C.J. Stroud should have been the number 1 pick in this draft, and I think everyone overthought it. I think
not to toot our own horn, but we did call this way.
We called it. He looked like he was the most NFL ready. We liked Anthony Richardson's promise, and Bryce Young is just his size is mattering. It is mattered or is mattering or
no matter what she says, size matters.
Yeah, I mean he's taking hits behind a bad offensive line. I get it, or playing badly.
That offensive line is playing backups on backups.
Yeah, and he just doesn't look good. I'm not even convinced he's actually hurt today. I think that he just needed a breather. And just, hey, let's take him out. Let's not ruin this kid.
Yeah.
Throw the red rocket in there.
Yeah.
And let him do his thing. But C.J. Stroud in today's game, 20 for 30, 67% completion percentage, 280, 2 passing touchdowns, 118 passer rating, and he beat the Jaguars 37-17.
Talk about them later too. I told you this a lot. He reminds me of rookie Joe Burrow. He analyzes stuff way more than a rookie should.
Yeah.
He's so smart. He doesn't throw picks or doesn't commit turnovers, which is what you want to see.
Exactly. He's able to process what he's seeing so quickly, and that just doesn't happen in rookies. That's usually the part that they're struggling with. That's the part that we haven't been able to have Justin Fields take any kind of progress with.
Yeah.
I actually did some film study on this guy because I want to know all about. I love C.J. Stroud, and from what I saw and what other people were saying about him who know much more about me about quarterback play, is that the amount of information that he is processing by the time he hits that back foot, to be able to hit that back foot and confidently go to where he wants to go is just unheard of for a rookie. That's so, and we make so many excuses for rookies who don't have weapons, rookies who have bad offensive lines, rookies who have new coaches or bad coaching, all that. He's dealing with a lot of those problems, and he's still just producing. They still are missing their left tackle, their right tackle, and their center. Their guard's been in and out. At times he's been playing with 1/5 of his starting lineup.
Mason's been good for them, by the way.
Mason's been fine. Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah.
But missing his tackles and missing his line.
Yeah.
Running for his life, getting hit, getting quarterback hurries, all those different things. His weapons, he has rookie Tank Dell, who's playing on his mind, but he's a rookie, 5'9", 165 pounds or whatever. Yeah. Nico Collins is in his second year. He has the ghost of Robert Woods, and then
kind of no run game yet,
and no running game to speak of. That's another thing.
Yeah.
No running game to speak of, probably because of that offensive line, and yet he's putting up crazy numbers so far. 64% completion percentage on the year, 906 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
I mean, he's impressive to watch.
He just broke the all-time record for passes to start your career without an interception, 121.
He's good.
I mean, that's massive.
We've been on this, and it might look really dumb in about 2 years if we never see anything from Bryce Young. I combine them. And what if they start giving him weapons? Trade for guys. Go draft another wideout. Go give him a tight end.
They can do all of it.
They can do all of it because
they don't have a first-round pick next year, and that's really it. As far as assets they don't have to build, but that's it. Mm-hmm. They got everything else. He's the third player in NFL history with at least 900 passing yards in his first 3 games, joining Cam Newton and Justin Herbert. And I think about Cam Newton when he came into the league, and he starts throwing up these massive passing numbers early. Remember in his career when Cam started?
Baby Cam? No, real quick. Texans do have a first-round pick.
I thought they traded it for Will Anderson.
They have Cleveland's.
Oh. For
Watson.
Watson. Oh, wow.
Still paying off.
Good for them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so this is where you want to be. This is where the Bears wish they were. Solid with their young quarterback, and now we can just spend every asset we have building around this guy because we have him under contract for 5 more years.
I mean, if you're a Texans fan, you are jumping for joy. We got a quarterback.
Yeah.
Which is the toughest thing to do. You got it right, too.
Yeah.
You could have picked the flashy Richardson, who might be good still. We don't know yet.
Right.
But you picked the best available, which is I'm getting his name wrong. Stroud.
Yeah.
We love Stroud. I love Stroud. He's awesome.
Yeah, Coach Reich, I love him over in Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Watch out. Careful.
He might have messed this one up.
Yeah.
He might have screwed this pick up, traded all that for the Bears pick just to pick the second or maybe third best quarterback in this draft.
I mean, their careers are still young, but at this point, I'll take Stroud over all those other quarterbacks.
Yeah. What's funny here is a little bit of football karma at play. If you remember the end of last year, the Texans won their last game, and people murdered them for it.
Yeah.
You could have had the number 1 overall pick. What are you doing? You don't even know how to tank. But that locker room just believed we're going to play, and we're going to play hard, and we're going to try to win. And the Bears ended up with that pick, traded it to the Panthers. Panthers took Bryce Young, and maybe the football gods here are thinking, we're going to reward you.
We're going to bless you with a little bit of C.J. Stroud.
But C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I'm on board. I love C.J. Stroud. I love his trajectory. I love that they're not paying anyone on offense yet. They're not paying.
Let's dream a little bit.
Their skill position players, they have not paid any of them.
Let's dream a little bit about who can join him.
Okay.
Who's some of your favorites?
I have an obvious name.
Yes.
T. Higgins.
T. freaking Higgins.
Has not signed a long-term deal with Bengals, and it's reported they're not even close.
Right.
So what you can do is, if they don't want to just let him walk, give a first-round pick for him.
Yeah.
Sign a long-term deal, make him one of the highest paid, and pair him with Stroud. That's my first option.
T. Higgins would be fantastic.
Yes.
Michael Pittman over in Indy is in a contract year. I haven't never heard anything about an extension for him.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting. I think he's someone who's been held back. Still very young. I don't think he's 25 yet. You have any more?
I have Marquise Brown. He's a contract
year.
He's talented.
Yes.
You put him with this quarterback who can elevate, regular players like Robert Woods. Imagine what he can do with Marquise Brown, who's proven to be could be one of the top pass catchers.
I'm glad you brought that up because what Stroud is doing, I think that is one of the more impressive things, is we don't even know how good these receivers are because Robert Woods if he were retired this offseason, we wouldn't have batted an eye.
And this year, Nico Collins was just a guy who showed promise, nothing really
with
solid.
Davis Mills, who was a backup level, but an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Did basically nothing.
Jets go get Davis Mills. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, let's go. And yet Stroud is just, most of these guys are playable, at least in a flex.
Yeah.
In fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Woods. I'm talking about Dell, and I'm talking about Nico Collins.
Yeah.
But I love C.J. Stroud. I love what this means for the Texans. I haven't seen too much of Will Anderson. Have you?
I have not.
They haven't exactly been a defense team, but they did hold the Jaguars to 17.
We'll get on them later.
Let's do the Jaguars. Want to do Jaguars?
Well, I have another one I've been waiting all day.
Go ahead. Sure.
Bottom line, the Jets are going to waste another season of an elite defense on Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
What? Okay, let me just. I'm gonna tell you a stat here. Among 34 quarterbacks with 500-plus pass attempts since 2021, he is last in completion percentage, touchdown to pick ratio, passing yards per game, passing yards per attempt, and passer rating. He is so bad, and they still remain loyal to him. After the game, they were asked, "Is Zach Wilson still quite?" Yep. Why the hell are you so loyal to him? You're wasting an elite defense on this absolute backup quarterback. I'm trying to be nice about it, but he's not good. He shouldn't be starting on any team.
Yeah, that was a miss, clearly, by the Jets.
Clear miss.
They're still trying to make it work. This is what I hope. I hope that they're saying those things about him because they have to.
Yeah.
Because right now, they don't know what trades are going to materialize. They don't know who's going to actually come through, so that you can't do that yet.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're just lying to us
Mm-hmm.
because I can't imagine them actually believing the words that come out of their mouth. He literally said he's going to give us the best chance to win. At this point, put in Tim Boyle because Zach Wilson is literally useless. We saw today Garrett Wilson get into it with him just in frustration. 2 years now of this for Garrett Wilson. That has to just be wearing on him.
Literally, we were laughing when the Patriots scored 15. Like, well, Jets aren't going to win. They can't score 15 points.
Insurmountable lead.
Yep, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I don't understand their loyalty, and they're so stubborn about being wrong about about Zach Wilson. You know why the 49ers could afford to be stubborn at least? Because they had Brock Purdy. Because they had Jimmy G, capable quarterbacks. The Jets have no one close to that.
Well, also, Lance wasn't actually losing games for them.
Yeah, exactly.
He was on their bench.
Yep.
Like he wasn't. There was no consequence to it.
Yeah.
Other than Lance was losing value, but Zach Wilson is actively losing games, wasting the incredible starts of Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, that defensive line, Quentin Williams, just wasting all those primes.
If their mindset is our window's gonna be open for a long, you don't know that.
Oh,
you don't know what your Super Bowl window is.
Look at the Bengals. That window might be closed.
It could take 1 year.
Yeah,
and you're out. You're done. Remember that Jacksonville team in 2018, the Saxonville defense? That was their window was literally 1 year. Stopped by Stephon Gilmore batting it down in New England, right? Okay, so let's play a little bit matchmaker here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Who is your ideal quarterback, and who is your plan B quarterback?
Okay, so let's stay realistic here.
Okay, realistically.
My ideal, realistic quarterback. I think it's Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, which should tell you how bad
Well, Jacoby Brissett, he had the Browns last year. The last time the Browns looked like a good team, Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback.
But they were 2 games under 500, but still, like they were legit
they were looking good. It wasn't on him.
Yep.
Like he was playing really well.
Yeah,
he was supporting the receivers. They were doing really well. I think Jacoby Brissett would be really good. I still think you give the Broncos a call. And Russell Wilson is a veteran. He's been there. He's done that. He's been on a team with a great defense before and thrived because of it. I think Russell Wilson should be a trade candidate here. And another guy that maybe might be available at some point this year. Do you call the Bears and see what's going on with Justin Fields?
Do you think Fields is better than Zach Wilson?
Yes.
Then do it.
He's just able to do more.
You don't waste.
I mean, Fields has been bad too. Don't get me wrong.
But the bottom of the floor is Zach Wilson.
Yeah. We
now know that the worst quarterback in the league is Zach Wilson. I would love to see someone try to argue that he's not the worst quarterback in the league.
I don't think anyone would.
Mine would be Brissett, probably one. I would go Carson Wentz here too.
Carson's another interesting one.
You just want someone who could bring an energy, even if it's like bad energy at times. You need something that just brings life. If Carson Wentz were to get hot at the right time, they could be passable. I'm not saying he's some fantastic, because right now there's not going to be great options because it's the middle of the season. Not great options out there anywhere you look. Maybe Davis Mills. He was okay, but it's just tough. It's just tough because you're going to waste the whole season being faithful to the quote, he's our quarterback, he gives us the best chance to win, which is just not accurate because you haven't won since he's been quarterback.
Carson Wentz last year was 1,700 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions with a 34 QBR. That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
But, you kind of like, it's almost like, because Cam Newton's been floated out there. Mm-hmm. And Cam Newton, it's like, no. He was hit or miss before he got old. Now he's old.
Yeah.
I feel like at least Carson Wentz, he's hit or miss, but he's still young. I mean, I don't have his age right here, but he's still young. He's been good fairly recently. He's been okay fairly recently. I think Carson Wentz would be a good fit here.
Yeah. It just sucks to see this team that's so talented, so young, and so ready to win. That team, that fan base is so hungry to win because they have everything set up except for quarterback.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's devastating to think about what Aaron Rodgers and this team would be like if he didn't get hurt. Next week, Sunday Football is Chiefs versus Jets.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
That's going to be tough to watch because the Jets aren't going to do anything. But that would have been Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. It just sucks that but bottom line, Jets are going to waste a season on Zach Wilson.
I hope not. I hope you're wrong, but it sounds like that's where they're going.
Yeah.
If they're telling the truth, that's what's happening. We're going to take a quick break, and then we have a couple more to share, and then we're going to preview tomorrow night. Tonight.
Doubleheader.
Monday Night Football doubleheader. Broncos will not be playing. I don't know why I said Broncos. Eagles and Buccaneers, as well as the Rams and Bengals. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back with our Ball Don't Lie segment, and we've talked about a couple things so far.
Ball don't lie. That ball don't lie.
And moving forward now, Ball Don't Lie. I want to get into one that it's going to be in the headlines, and it's going to annoy me every time I see it. And that is hanging the 0-3 start of the Minnesota Vikings on the neck of Mr. Kirk Cousins, because it isn't true. I don't even want to talk about fair, or it just isn't. It's lazy commentary. It's lazy analysis. Listen, I mean, here's the first 3 games, okay? Against the Buccaneers, a 75% completion percentage, 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 102 passer rating.
It's pretty good.
Okay, game 2, 70 completion percentage, 364, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 125 rating. Today, or yesterday, Sunday's game against the Chargers, 64%, 367 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 97 yards. Does that sound like a quarterback of an 0-3 team?
Or a quarterback who's not trying his best to win. But this has
a
been
quarterback who's not giving you a chance to win every single week.
This is his career, though. He's been the same guy his whole career. This is why.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying, like, you can't look at those numbers and think,
obviously.
Kirk Cousins, he obviously has to go. We need a new quarterback.
It'd be nice if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down or can help.
They can stop anyone.
They had no answer for Keenan Allen. 0 answers.
Yeah.
That's why they were able to score so much. Because
I think he broke a record today for
he had no one could,
15 catch days.
Their top cornerback signing, Byron Murphy, got absolutely cooked today or Sunday.
He did.
Murdered.
And over.
Yes. So it's a tough one because it will be on Kirk Cousins because he's the scapegoat. He's been scapegoat everywhere he's gone.
And I tell you right now, if this offseason comes and they think, nope, let's go get a fresh face at quarterback, you're a freaking idiot. Because if you think the grass is greener and it gets better than this, Kyler Murray ain't doing better than this. Kyler Murray isn't taking care of the ball as well as this. Kyler Murray isn't throwing for this many yards. Nope. Kyler Murray's not giving you that. Justin Fields, don't do that. I mean, who are you going to get that's going to be better than Kirk Cousins? I guess if you go and draft one of the rookies and give yourself maybe a new start, okay. But there are a lot of teams, the Jets, the Bucks, name them, who would love to have Kirk Cousins in their building.
Broncos.
As their quarterback. The Broncos, yeah. I mean, he's 35, but he's still playing like he's a young man.
Quarterbacks age pretty well now because, it's just how it is now. People like quarterbacks age well. I think this is his career, though. He's had great stats with him, but, I think it's time the Minnesota needs to take a long look. If you want to be serious about Kirk Cousins, we need to be able to get his defense right. Yeah. Because he gets smacked around every game, too.
Yeah, you got to build a team. That's just, it's lazy if the organization thinks that they're going to change the quarterback, run out the same team,
and outscore everybody.
Terrible offensive line, terrible defensive line. They can't They can't rush anyone. Yeah. And just go and try to retread Brian Murphy.
Look what
Harrison Smith's still out there. I mean,
look what the Dolphins did last year. They were all offense. They had no defense. Then they got Ramsey. They got Fangio. We need to address this team so we're not so dependent. That's why they were able to win that Patriots game. They were able to, we can't score today, but we can rely on our defense to keep us in the game. Right. The Vikings need to you need to get serious about your defense if you want to take anything out of this era of Kirk Cousins, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson. You had something.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins did have an interception to end the game.
Yes.
And that's like perfect for the narrative that's going to be pushed. But I mean, they literally put Kirk Cousins in a position every single week where he has to be just flawless. Yep. Just an amazing quarterback.
He's already flawless. He's projected for 6,000 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go into. I like Kevin O'Donnell. I think he's a good coach. Kevin O'Donnell, right?
O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. I think he needs to be there. I think he's been really good. The offense has been historic since he got there. Some pretty poor game management on the last drive there. Not spiking the ball, not giving yourself 2 or 3 shots at the end zone to win the game.
It was 40 or some seconds or so, and they got a first down, and they tried to call
in the red zone.
They try to call a play. So you had a first down, you can clock it and really take your chance. But they were trying to be a little tricky with it. Let's take a play, and you cost 20 seconds for one play that ended in the pick.
Yeah,
So
they're running down the field, 35 seconds left. They didn't snap the ball till 15 seconds.
Yeah.
At that point, they're in an all-out rush, frenzy, panic. He tried to force the ball into Hawkinson on a sit route, and
you could have spiked it and said, all right, we can draw our two best plays for Justin Jefferson right now.
Yep.
What are our two best plays? One of those, just throw it up to him. Just see what.
Jefferson. I mean, you have so many weapons there.
Yeah, first round pick, Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Hawkinson is obviously a good red zone target.
Osborne is streaky, but he's good.
He had a great game.
Yeah. So
you could have done so much better. So, anyways, all that to say, it's gonna get on Cousins, and it's stupid that it is because this is not the problem. It's so weird to me to look at the second best player on your team and just always hang it on him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that must be the problem. No, you need to start learning how to build an actual team.
Yeah.
You know why you lose big games? Because when you play good teams, a bad roster is exposed.
Yep.
That's what good teams do.
Yep.
They expose your bad offensive line. They expose your bad defensive line. They expose your crap secondary.
Yeah.
And Cousins is there holding the bag for the whole team.
It's ball don't lie. Yeah, you might be right here.
What you got?
Okay, ball don't lie. I was a little harsh on the Bills. Ball don't lie. They're still my top 10.
I knew that I told you so.
No. They never left my top 10. Ball don't lie. I was a little harsh on the Bills.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie. They might be an actual contender, and they're one of my favorite contenders because the Bengals, if they don't win tomorrow, the Bills gonna be right there where the Bengals should be.
Yeah.
Because against obviously it's the Commanders. They had 9 sacks and 4 picks.
Oh yeah, baby.
When this defense gets going, it can do whatever it wants. It has playmakers on all 3 levels, and this is a Von-less defense too. I know Von's a veteran, but he'll still bring something.
Hell yeah, he will.
So, look, Josh Allen. Look, I have my problem with Josh Allen. Sometimes he's too wild. He'll give you what he can give you. But if this Bills defense can shape up how they were today or Sunday, Josh Allen, you can afford to be a little bit more wild because the defense will keep you in the game. If they keep this up, but I'm telling you, I was a little harsh on them, so
yes,
I will back up. They're still my top 10. You'll find out Wednesday where they are. But yeah, I was a little harsh on them. Bills are still a legit team.
So week 1 they played the Jets, who just have an outstanding defense.
Yeah.
They all wanted to win for Aaron.
Yeah.
Right. All that. And you crushed them.
Yeah.
You crushed them pretty hard. You crushed Josh Allen pretty hard. Since then, Josh Allen, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He started running the ball. I mean, I guess he always runs the ball, but he ran the ball well.
Yeah.
He had a rushing touchdown today, too. His completion percentage the last 2 weeks, I think, is up around 70%, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So Josh Allen really bounced back from that rough opening game, and I'm glad you see this. I'm glad you're admitting this.
You know what they're doing now? Is not be a sleeper team, which who would have thought the Bills would be a sleeper team?
Oh, yeah.
Because no one's, talking about the Bills ever. Because it's kind of the same team. We kind of expect the same thing. But if they could just stay under the radar and just do them and end up with 15 or 12 to 15 wins, first round bye, who knows? In playoffs, or if you get Josh Allen streaking in the right direction, that sounds weird. Going in the right direction,
yeah.
Who knows? Lesser quarterbacks have been hot in the playoffs and have won Super Bowls.
I still think they could use a weapon.
Besides Diggs, yeah.
So I thought you said Diggs. Diggs, yeah. Gabe Davis is playing well.
Where is your mind? Yeah.
Dick's on the mind.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis is playing well.
Never mind. Yeah.
I know what you're saying. But you don't want to rely on that.
No. Like we said earlier, there's some wideouts out there. They're in.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't say Jerry Jeudy at all. Next year is his last year of his deal, and they haven't signed him.
They're so foolish that they let him go. But yeah, he could be available.
Look, just go overpay for him. You get Jerry Jeudy next to Diggs, or you get Pittman, or whoever. Not Higgins wouldn't be in this deal, but yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Marquise Brown, one of those guys. Get somebody.
Next week, Bills and Dolphins.
Fun matchup.
Here we are. We're recording on a Sunday night. That you'll hear this Monday, but right now, who you got?
My heart says Dolphins because I love them, but I would not be surprised if the Bills won. But my heart says Dolphins. They've been one of my favorite teams all offseason. I'm very high on this team, so I'll take Miami.
What a game!
Waddle didn't even play.
Waddle needs to play in this game.
Yeah, great game.
I probably have the Dolphins too right now, but my heart wants to go with the Bills, but I just can't do it.
Great game though.
Yeah, fantastic game, and it's going to mean a lot. I mean, this is the Dolphins have supplanted the Bengals right now as far as that top tier. The Bengals aren't in it right now.
I mean, as of recording, the Bengals are still 0-2. If they win tonight, Monday night. I'm
telling you right now, they're going to lose to the Rams.
Wild.
They are. They're going to lose to the Rams. And it's right now it's the Dolphins, the Chiefs, and the Bills. Those are the top 3 teams right now in the AFC, in my mind. The Ravens, they lost to the Colts. I think they got some things to work out still. And I don't really see another team that's that good. The Jaguars have not been good. The Chargers have not.
The Browns, you don't trust offensively.
The Browns, I don't trust Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
He's not that guy. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. And Bills.
Yeah. Bottom line, the Bills might be a sleeper team this year, which is crazy.
Go Bills, man. I love it. Okay, last one here. Ball don't lie. It's time for. I'm gonna say it. I want to say this right. What's up? What are you looking at the clock for?
No, I was just curious.
Freaked me out.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Ball don't lie. It's time to put Fields on the trade block. Okay, listen. This is what I hate an organization when it does. When you miss or when you made the wrong decision, the only way to make it worse is to just not admit that you missed and you messed up, and just dig in and just waste years and hold on to this depreciating asset and not move on and pivot right away. This is what I love about what the Eagles did. They had Carson Wentz, who we paid. I think he was the highest paid quarterback in the league at the time that we paid him. And then all of a sudden he sucked ever since the injury in LA. And they moved off him fairly quickly. And yeah, they lost the value. They lost, they had a huge dead cap hit, all those things. But they moved on, and they're in the Super Bowl 2 years later. So what I'm saying is, if Fields is not your guy, and I still somewhat believe in Fields, but it's not working in Chicago.
You still believe in him in Chicago?
Yeah. I don't believe in him in Chicago. I think that it's just about run its course. They haven't won a game in months, almost. I mean, so long. They've lost a lot of games in a row here. Starting this season 0-3, they've been blown out. I think every game this. I mean, do you count a 10-point win?
Anything 10 plus is
So 38-20, 27-17, 41-10 today to the Chiefs.
And even if those games look close, they weren't close.
No, they're not in any of these games. They don't look explosive. DJ Moore has not been the one who's going to take Fields to the next level passing in this offense.
The offense is messy. They don't know what they are. They don't know how to use any of these guys. They don't use Mooney at all.
Yeah.
They don't use Moore right. They don't use Claypool right.
So far this year, Fields' numbers on the year, 526 yards passing in 3 games. 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 21 QBR. He's regressed. He looks worse.
And they don't do – this offense isn't designed for a running quarterback. It's designed for a boring quarterback.
Only 100 yards rushing through 3 games, 1 touchdown.
Why is he not rushing the ball 10 to 15 times a game?
That's what he does best. I think sometimes these coordinators and coaches, they try to take that part away from them in efforts to protect them.
Yeah.
But this is who he is.
Let him be him.
This is not only what he does best, but this is when he's going to be feeling the best about himself.
Yeah. When I'm allowed to be me. I'm allowed to run the ball 15 times because it helps my team win.
Yep. Yeah. I think don't make him not run. Maybe teach him how to finish runs safer.
Yeah.
But he needs to run the ball. That's who he is.
Also, I don't like this head coaching staff. I don't like any of this coaching staff that's around him. It's all Eberflus. I don't know what the hell he does. Defense still sucks. He's a defensive coordinator now because of what?
Defensive guru.
Yeah. Their offensive I forgot their name. It's not creative. It's not
at all
innovative. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not productive. There's no positives about this offense. They have this rookie, Rashawn Johnson. They don't even use him right. They don't use him at all. They refuse to put real assets towards the offensive line.
Right.
They spent a bunch of money on damn linebackers. They're still getting blown out. You should have put money towards this offensive line.
Yeah, that's how you do a rebuild in my mind. You start from the trenches and you build out.
Yep, exactly.
And they drafted Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
He's playing right tackle for them. They got Tevin Jenkins last year. So, I mean, they I guess have tried a little bit on that, but your money in this year should have been in your defensive line, obviously, and then spend more on your offensive line. You try to build through receivers and linebackers, and that's just not how you do it.
Build the sexy parts first. You got to build the boring stuff. Yeah. It sucks, though, because Fields is he had a run today where he just exploded through the hole.
He's such a good athlete.
He's a good athlete, and you're just like, they're not using him right. It's just frustrating. He's probably – I don't know what that locker room is like. I don't know if they're this high expectations just to be 0-3 and to be like, we're worse. We're one of the worst teams in the league. No one's scared of us.
And DJ Moore's just stuck in purgatory.
And also, this division is only getting better. Jordan Love's a real guy.
All right.
The Lions are good. And we just talked about the Vikings being – they're by far the worst team in this division.
Vikings are 0-3, and they are light years ahead of the Bears.
Light years. They would murder the Bears.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree with you here. If you trade Fields, get off it now. If you just need a reset. Reset this thing.
Someone will go trade for this guy. And I understand it's hard to get a quarterback, but it's not working there for you and this coaching staff. It's time to move on from him. You held the number 1 overall pick last year. This could imagine C.J. Stroud here,
or imagine next year you just get Caleb Williams or Drake. May.
That's what I'm saying though. You made a bad decision, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Fields he ran well last year, and you saw some promise on him, and you had to make a decision, and you did.
Yeah,
that's fine. But now, what's the best decision moving forward? And if this isn't your guy, then move on.
Yeah.
Put him on the trade block. You could get a good amount of picks for him still.
Yeah.
And start planning for this next year.
Yep. I mean, they're not winning this year, so you need to look forward to, all right, we need to get this fan base to believe in you again. I'm not a Bears fan.
Let's talk about it. You got to feel for the Bears fans.
It must be tough because you had all these expectations, right? And in week 1, you get packered out. We've heard from, how many Bears fans have you heard about who say Packers always beat us? No matter what happens, Packers always beat us. You need to stop that because the Packers they have a quarterback now. Jordan Love's an actual quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just tough. It sucks. It must suck to be a Bears fan. We got to bring our boy on to catch the feel of a diehard fan.
Yeah, Danny Petretti got to get
Danny boy. Someone get eyes on Danny.
Someone go check on Danny.
Yeah, go check. You know what I'm saying? Like,
poor guy.
This is tough to watch.
So that's it for this week as far as Ball Don't Lie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. We're gonna take just one more quick break, and then we're gonna preview doubleheader Monday Night Football.
Yes.
Okay, we're back, and we're going to finish up here with a Monday night preview.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, doubleheader. These have been really good, although...
Why at the same time?
Let's pray for no season-ending injuries tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
It's been brutal.
It's been brutal. You hate to see some of the favorites this year.
Also, my team's playing, so for the love of God.
Football gods,
please
bless us with no injuries tomorrow. Just good football. That's all we want.
Yeah. Let's start with Philly versus Tampa Bay. The Eagles visiting the Bucs there at Raymond James. This is going to be a game that didn't when you saw it on the calendar, you thought blowout.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be a blowout.
No,
this is going to be a good game.
Yes, it will.
Absolutely a good game. The Bucs at home, they are 2-0. They've beat some good teams, and they are legit in the trenches,
mm-hmm.
and they're legit on defense.
What I like about this Bucs team and the matchup with the Philly teams, that what the Eagles do well, they also do well.
Yeah.
They're good up front. The Eagles have that elite offensive line. The Bengals have a very good front.
Yeah.
Anchored by Vea. They have Barrett. They have obviously those two linebackers. Secondary is, up and down, has always been, but this is a good matchup on paper. I'm excited to watch this one.
Over-under of 45 points.
Under.
I bet under.
Under.
I think it's going to be a defensive struggle here. The Eagles have a -5, so they're favored to win here.
Mm-hmm. But 5's pretty.
But 5's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough one for sure, and I'm excited to see Baker Mayfield on primetime again. I'm a Baker guy.
Yeah, Baker leads this offense in, and it's been an offense where, they can't run the ball still. But Mike Evans is playing really well right now. Mike Evans, 12 catches on the year, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. A very Mike Evans stat line.
Yep.
Godwin has been okay.
Yep.
And Baker Mayfield's just made it work, and the defense has made those points stand up.
Yep.
And, I mean, as far as injuries, let's do that first real quick. I want to go, after this, position by position.
Okay.
With you here. Position group.
Okay.
By position group. For the Eagles, they lost their nickel cornerback last week.
Big loss there.
Yes, because they're playing Chris Godwin, who has made a career.
What's his name again?
Chris Godwin.
No, the nickel corner that.
Avonte Maddox.
Yes, underrated nickel corner.
Yeah. What I think they're going to do is something they experimented with in the preseason is moving Bradbury to the nickel, and Josh Jobe is actually an undrafted rookie from Alabama last year. They like him on the outside. I think that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. That would make me feel a lot safer because Godwin can nickel and dime you down the field.
He'll cook you. Yeah.
Yeah. Slay and Evans is a great matchup. That should be fun all night.
Yeah. Two veterans who are, yeah.
Yep. Like I said, Bradbury will play, so he's back. They also get their safety back, Reed Blankenship, so that'd be nice. As far as for the Quez Watkins is out, their number 3 receiver, as well as Boston Scott will miss this one too.
Yeah.
So, as far as for the Bucks, Devin White, Vita Vea, and Carlton Davis are questionable. I think they'll all play.
Yeah, they'll play.
Kalijah Cansey is going to miss this one.
Man, I love Cansey.
Yeah, me too. I know you really.
He's one of my favorite in the draft. I wanted him. I thought he would go earlier. I think he's a disruptive interior force, which is hard to get. Put him next to Vea. Put him on third down on the interior.
Yeah,
you might not know his name yet, but you will. You will. This guy's good. It sucks that he's gonna be out tomorrow or today.
So let's finish with the quarterbacks.
Okay.
Let's start on defense here. Defensive line is a strength of both of these teams.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd pick the Eagles over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things where whatever unit you like better just doesn't mean it's a weakness for the other team.
Yeah.
It's almost even a wash.
Yeah.
These two teams, I just think the Eagles are the best defense front in the NFL right now.
And we'll see probably about 6 of those quarterback push plays tomorrow.
Right.
We will see that tonight, Monday night. You will see a lot of those plays, and the snob football guys like, this is not football. Then stop it then. It was not football.
The NFL guy, the NFL Network guy who hates it, the old guy, the old timer.
Baldinger?
No. The NFL Films guy.
No. All the old school. This is a football. Shut up.
It's a souped up quarterback sneak.
It's a football play, dude.
It's just working.
Like shut up. If you can't stop it.
I like what Jason Kelsey said in his podcast. He's like, what if I went to Patrick Mahomes and said, we can't have Patrick Mahomes in a 2-minute drill. He's too good at it.
Yeah.
It's unstoppable.
Like, shut up.
It's a football.
And they're the best at it because they have a good line.
But I tell you what, if there's a guy designed to stop the push-tush, it's Vita Vea.
Vita Vea. That boy is underrated and very good.
Yes. Every time I see him, I just see a massive
and one of the few. Whoa.
I wanted to finish that because you cut me off, and I wanted to finish that thought. A massive butt cheek. He is a huge butt.
That's crazy.
That's what you want in that interior defensive line.
You don't see that kind of D tackle anymore, but they use him phenomenally there. He anchors that entire defense.
Yeah, and he has pass rush ability.
Yeah.
He's not just a run
stuffer.
Yeah,
so I couldn't agree with you more here. This front for the Eagles and the front for the Bucks D line. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah. Let's compare here some position groups and then move on. At quarterback,
obviously, you know who's
we're going Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But the weapons conversation is interesting.
Yeah.
Because Godwin and Evans are playing really well. Haven't got much from Rashad White or the undrafted rookie Sean Tucker.
I think Cade Otton, second-year tight end,
almost non-existent.
He's on the field a lot, but he's going to do a lot.
Right. So you have to give the Eagles the edge here, but the Eagles' offense has not looked very good.
No, we talked about it during the Power Rankings show during Angels Heavily 10. They're 2-0. This offense does not look like it's flowing in any way. They can't look kind of like they don't know what they are. A.J. Brown's obviously frustrated because he's not getting enough targets. And Goddard hasn't really gotten going either. So it'll be interesting to see if their struggles still continue against the Bucks. The Bucks are hoping for that. That way they don't experience the full power of this offense. So I'm very curious to see what they do differently to help change things offensively for them.
Yeah. As far as the O-line, you give the Eagles the advantage there.
Yeah.
The secondary, I think, is another advantage for the Eagles.
That's
where I think the Eagles, last year's version, that's where I would have said they're going to eat.
Yeah.
With Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown. But they're going to need to throw the ball here because they're going to have a hard time running it.
Yeah.
I know last week with DeAndre Swift, they ran for 180-some yards, and just that's really how they won that game. But I think tomorrow, those with Devin White and who's the other linebacker they have there?
Levante
David, and that defensive line, it's going to be tough running.
Yeah, it's been tough running, but the secondary for the Buccaneers isn't bad either. they've been there a while. Obviously, Winfield, Dean, Carlton Davis. They've been there a while. They've been streaky up and down. I mean, when Super Bowl they were hot. So if they're hot Monday night, they can keep up with this. They can contain this Philly passing group. So
let's do real quick before we wrap it up. Things to look for. I'll start. Give you time to think because I just threw that on you.
Okay.
If the Eagles win, and you're going to give me if the Bucs win.
Okay.
If the Eagles win, they will have throwing the ball for big plays.
Okay.
They'll take advantage of Davis, and Dean, the cornerbacks for the Bucs, who are to me just kind of average starters.
Streaky, yeah.
But you have two elite receivers who need to play elite tomorrow.
Yeah.
So passing plays to them too. Goddard needs to be involved in this offense.
Yeah.
And an efficient running game. I don't think we're going to get any 100-yard games from either Gainwell or Swift or Hurts. But I think we need big plays early, and I think they have to keep Evans from taking over this game. Because so far, that's been pretty much their weapon. Slay-Evans matchup, very key here. But I am worried about this defensive line. I think they can get after it and cause turnovers just from that defensive line. And so the last thing I would say is that the Eagles win. They have protected well, and this offensive line plays better than it's been playing. It's been playing okay, but this is supposed to be one of the best offensive lines in football, and they haven't played like that. And so they'll protect Hurts as well. If the Bucs win, what does that look like?
If the Bucs win, they would have to have a turnover-free game from the offense. Don't give the reason why they've won is the offense has been playing well.
Can I stop you real quick?
Sure.
The Eagles lead the league in points off turnovers.
Yeah, so you don't want to feed the beast there. They've been 2-0 because they don't turn the ball over. They've been very smart with it. If they win, Baker Mayfield, no fumbles, no sack fumbles. Obviously, this is a very talented Eagles defensive line, and then my second point, get the ball out quick. Don't give these guys time to rush.
Godwin.
You have Godwin. It should be a big Godwin game, and you should do a lot of screens to White. He's a good pass catcher. Slow this defensive line down. So no turnovers. Get the ball out quick and rely on that defense, which has gotten you to this point.
Eagles top 3 at least against the run, but not very good at pass catchers out of the backfield.
Yeah. So there's a lot of key points here, but obviously turnovers are key. If no turnovers on offense, rely on that defense to carry you. You might win. You should win.
Let's move over now to a couple of the biggest surprise teams playing each other. And surprised for different reasons. The Bengals coming in at 0-2 with a hobbled.
He's hobbled.
Hobbled.
What's wrong with you, man?
God. Hobbled. Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Re-injured that calf. We'll get that update. You have that update in a second?
I do.
And then the Rams at 1-1, and everyone thought they may be the worst team in the league. And Stafford took that ayahuasca. He went to Germany and got the stem cell injections. I don't know what he did. He did it all. He went and saw Deshaun Watson's people. He went and did it all, and he looks like a young man.
Mm-hmm.
Puka Nacua.
I mean,
just straight from the EAC.
I mean, is that Netherlands? Is that Australian?
No, I just think he reminds you of his name, and then you see him, and it's like, dude, you serve.
Dude, Puka Nacua.
Yeah. Whenever you're feeling bad, the Hakuna Matata is the old, hey, Puka Nacua, bro.
Puka Nacua. Yeah.
He's such a fun guy.
Dope name and great story that he came out of nowhere and is producing for this team, and his team is good.
He's putting up legit stats.
Like, crazy stats that not everyone can do. The Rams have tried to get someone to be that Cooper Kupp role when he's out. Clearly, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So he's obviously talented enough to get that role.
They drafted him in the 5th round.
Good for them. That's called a win.
Tutu Atwell was giving them something, too, in their offense, an element that no other receiver there is giving them, and that is speed.
Yeah, that's what he's been known for. That's what it was speed.
Yeah.
And if they mention Van Jefferson one more time, I don't care what he does.
He sucks.
He's not good. Van Jefferson has had every opportunity to be the number 1 guy. Does nothing with it.
He's just not very good.
Yeah, so he might give you a good game once in a while. I doubt it.
Also here this could be a huge Kyron Williams game.
Yeah. They're so weird about the running backs, but when they find their guy, they feed the hell out of him. And he's been productive with every chance that he's gotten. Last week, obviously. In fantasy, it's breakout day. In real life, also very, very effective. Can pass catch, can run, obviously. Runs hard for being like 195, 200. So, Yeah, he's exciting. Anytime a young running back like emerges, you want to see it. And tomorrow or tonight, Monday night, we will see it against the Bengals.
Can I read you something real quick?
Do it.
Sorry, not Puka Nacua. Just really like saying that. Kyron Williams is ranked third so far in running back snap share, play at 86%.
That's pretty high.
He's on the field a lot. He's first in targets for running backs. Second in red zone touches. He's getting a ton of red zone touches, and he's been good at it. He's his nose for the end zone. Not a very big guy.
No,
I think all of 195 pounds,
Yeah.
5'9".
Yeah.
He's a very small guy.
Yeah.
And just, a lot of the usage rates. What I want to point out is that his usage is off the charts right now, and a lot of this offense is being run through him. I think Sean McVay finally got his boy alone. Cam Akers out of the room.
Speaking of Sean McVay, shout out to Sean McVay.
Yeah.
He's saying, you know what? You guys forget, I'm a pretty good coach.
Yes.
All these coaches in the league half of them are just coordinators from McVay's staff.
That's very true.
Like, you don't realize
His coaching tree
Chargers head coach.
developed so quickly.
Chargers head coach, Vikings head coach. Those are guys. Those are his guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that he's proven once again. I'm a good coach. Okay, I'm not some bum who traded everything away for a championship, which is worth it, but who can't really coach. He's a pretty good damn coach. So shout out to him.
Give us that update on Joe Burrow if you have it.
Switch side. Oh yeah. Jay Glazer said it's a serious calf injury.
Yeah.
The reports that he took Saturday reps with the scout team and took first team reps on Sunday and like a walkthrough. And he's calling it a true game time decision. How he feels pregame. He feels better. Obviously, that's what team is saying, but he's clearly not up 100%. And translation, this injury is bigger than what they're telling us.
Absolutely.
They did not handle it right. They should have IR'd him from the start.
Yeah. He so this is the calf he dealt with all preseason.
Yeah. We all saw the video.
That caused him to miss the entire preseason. Now it has obviously affected him. Yes. It's affected his mobility, which is compounded by a terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
And so let's say he does play. Okay, let's take it that way first.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Rams pass rush good enough? And I understand Aaron Donald's there, so maybe just that name alone. But is it good enough to wreck this offense before? Yeah.
Yes, Aaron Donald's on the other side. Aaron Donald is the best defensive lineman of this era. Like, phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he's still good. So anytime he's on the field, he's going to cause a problem. This offensive line is not gelled yet. They just cut the right tackle because for whatever reason. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Yes, they can affect Burrow, and Burrow needs to be on the spot. If Donald affects the interior of the line, can cause him to move. It just doesn't mesh well.
Bengals need to win this game. If the Bengals lose this game and fall to 0-3, they're the only 0-3 team in the division, and the rest of the teams are 2-1.
Okay, how different would it have been, right, if you short-term IR'd him, and week 4 you're 0-4. Okay, but you have a healthy Burrow coming back.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna might be 0-4 and have a hurt Burrow.
Yep.
This is too much of we got to win right now. It's a long season. You need to chill out.
Yeah, you've opened the door now for the Ravens to take the division.
Yep.
I don't know if the Pittsburgh Steelers are a legit option.
There's still a
to
question
win.
mark, yeah.
But they've won games. They're 2-1.
Which is what you do. Yeah.
Cleveland is also 2-1. Also,
you don't know what they are yet.
Don't know what they are yet.
Yeah.
So yeah. That being said, if healthy Joe Burrow comes in week 4, and maybe a healthy O-line, and maybe you try to even figure that out a little bit, their outlook is a lot better.
Yeah.
But it's this injury has a real chance to derail the season for them.
Yeah, it sucks because like we said with the Jets, you don't know these championship windows. You don't know if they close fast. If not, what if next year they can't sign T. Higgins or something happens? And they're built to win now, and they did not treat this Burrow injury right, and it's costing them games.
Yeah. If he doesn't play, who are some of the options behind him?
Isn't it? It's Browning, right? And then they just signed
A.J. McCarron.
Alabama legend.
Alabama legend, yeah. Also was a pretty good backup quarterback. I don't think he's played in a year at least.
He's played in the XFL.
There you go.
So he's at least stayed warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the XFL. Jake Browning, he was I'm not very confident in that.
Yeah.
I remember him playing for the Huskies. He just wasn't very good.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, this is a good Rams
rough.
team. And
Mixon's a good running back, but he's not the kind of running back where let's run this through Mixon.
Okay, so I'll do what we did last game. The only way the Bengals win, if let's do two scenarios.
Yeah.
If Burrow plays, the only way the Bengals win if they keep that pocket clean, because I think he's smart enough to just sit in the pocket and just disperse. Yeah. But if they don't, it's gonna be a long night for Burrow, and you don't want to see him get hurt even more. It's tough. And obviously you have to slow down Puka Nacua, but Sean McVay schemes up a pretty good. You try to stop this position that they've created, this over-targeted position. Everyone has tried to stop it. You can't really stop it because they just moving around. It's the Cooper Kupp role.
It's such a mental role too.
Yes,
that's why it hasn't worked for everyone.
Yeah, because it's a finding soft spots in the zone.
Yeah,
option routes.
You have to see a game a certain way. You have to see a zone a certain way. You have to see the spaces in a zone a certain way. You have to have incredible timing with Stafford, which is incredible that Puka Nacua has developed that so quickly.
Yeah, good for him.
I just don't see the Bengals. I just don't think they have a chance tomorrow.
Yeah, and if they doesn't play, the only way they win is if they feed these playmakers. Have this old thing offense go around. You're just feeding screen as fast as you can. Don't let Browning do too much, obviously. And it's basically dependent on how good this line plays.
To give a positive though look on the Bengals, this defense is always good. They're always stout.
Yeah, they have good playmakers.
They're battle tested. They're tough. It's a kind of a team of no names defensively, but they just know their role. They play well. You'll learn a bunch of guys' names tomorrow because these are not household names.
Well, they have what's his name, the DN.
Exactly.
The white
exactly.
guy.
Hendrickson.
Yeah, Henderson's good.
Right, that's their probably most well-known player on defense.
He's very good.
Yeah,
Logan Wilson's out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they play well, so maybe they cause some turnovers. Maybe they get to Stafford.
Yeah.
That could be a window. I think they're gonna have a hard time scoring with that offensive line.
For you, what would it take for the Rams to win this game?
If the Rams win, I think they have found a way to continue this just hot streak that Stafford's on, and they're just tearing them up. Tutu Atwell is stretching the field. Puka Nacua is just unstoppable, moving the chains.
Yep.
And Kyron Williams is the jack of all trades that McVay really sees him as, and he's just. I mean, Stafford looks so good. So I think if they win, this offense has not slowed down.
Did we pick both these games here?
I believe we did. I think. Oh boy, I'd have to go back and look, but I think we did.
Okay, all right.
You want to pick them again?
Yeah, we'll just pick them again just for tickles and giggles.
I got Rams.
It depends on if Burrow plays. No, I got Rams.
It's in Cincinnati, if that helps.
I got Rams.
Okay. Eagles, Bucks.
I'm gonna roll with my boys, the Buccaneers.
I considered picking the Bucks.
I'm rolling my boys
because this is a game with the Bucks are the kind of team. If you're not playing well, they can catch you.
Yeah.
It's like a puncher's chance type thing.
Yeah.
Like they got a strong right hook.
Find their opening and
they catch you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Eagles, but I am not comfortable.
Yeah,
I am nervous.
This is tell you what, pretty good 2 games here.
Yeah.
And once again, pray to whoever you believe in that there's no injuries out there because we don't want to see an injury.
Let's stay healthy.
We don't want to see that. We want to keep the season clean and fun and the best players out there on the field.
Let's stay healthy out there, guys. That is the show for today. Very excited. For tonight's games. Go find a buddy to watch them with. Enjoy it. And good luck to you there who need a big game from someone to win your fantasy.
Fantasy-wise, good luck.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Bye.